Jim, I want to get to stocks and, by the way, small business with you in just a second. It's good to chat with you again, buddy. But I want to first ask you about oil. Now, listen, the May contract expires tomorrow. It's at $14 and change. It's going to get all the attention today. We should probably look at the June contract. I understand that. But what in the world is a 22% drop in the price of crude oil right now telling you?
Well, the oversupply has turned into a panic. I mean, the belief is that you're just going to have oil on your hands that nobody wants to buy. And that seems completely understandable to me. I mean, when you shut down 75% of a working economy, particularly, in our country where we consume the most oil, it's a panic. And panics like this feed off each other. I'm not sure $14 a barrel is the right price for it to be right now, but once the ball starts rolling down the hill, it's very difficult to stop. I think we're getting relatively close. There's a lot of shorts in the market too. A lot of things can go wrong in the next week regarding the opening up of the economy, but if things start to go smoothly, I think that things could turn around quickly, and then you can squeeze some shorts out as well.
Yeah, we're showing June, July, and August contracts as well. They're at about $23, $28, and $30 respectively. I'm not, no way, Jim, am I calling that optimistic whatsoever, but there is a big difference between 23 and 28 and 14. In some places, as we have pointed out, price of crude oil is going for low single digits as they pay you to take it away. This is not, though, a supply problem. This is a demand problem. I think the data I saw, Jim, is that gasoline and jet fuel demand in the country is down about 60%. I was actually surprised it wasn't more than that.
It's crazy. I'm surprised it's not more than that too, by the way, too. I heard, air traffic I thought was down more in the 80 to 90%. So, it could even be worse. But like I said a second ago, that this week is probably, as far as the reopening economy, again, a lot of things could go wrong, but it seems to me that a lot of things could go right as well. We're seeing small pockets open up, particularly in Texas and some of the southern states. If things go well and confidence starts to come back, and I have a small business here, and I see people all the time coming to our restaurant for carryout, and people still remain scared. Well, I think it's fear. It could just be complete compliance, but there's masks. There's people who are keeping a 6-foot barrier from everybody they go by. So it's going to be tough to get back from that, I think.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about that in a second, but let's go to the markets now, because obviously, a nearly 11,000-point drop for the Dow in a matter of 30 days. We've had kind of a violent snapback here in the last 2 weeks. Some people say it's on optimism about remdesivir of Gilead, or it's on optimism about a reopening of the economy. Or is it perhaps, Jim, just these bear market bounces that I hate to reference the 1930s on, but when you look at the biggest rebounds and market snapbacks in history, they almost all took place in the 30s. How do you read this?
I think it's last week I thought it was just a bear market rally. I think it's more than that now. I think it's optimism from all the things you said, but I think the biggest thing, and I hate to even say this, I feel dirty saying that it's mostly the Fed, and I'm not saying it's all the Fed, so people can stop the hate mail, but I think the Fed and the policy response from the government is a huge part of this. And so it's mostly the Fed versus the economic shutdown. So we'll see who the winner is going to be in the next couple of weeks. But I think you have to, don't fight the Fed is the axiom we've gone with forever. I'm not sure that's going to be an absolute in this case, but I think that's one of the biggest pushers here. The question becomes, in mid-June, is it going to be, are we still going to be shut down to a certain extent and petrified about this? Because my thinking is that part is going to go away, but the Fed doesn't ever go away. Once they come in, it's very difficult for them to start pulling back the punch bowl, and I don't think they're going to this time either.